Yo guys, Spiderbot here, and this is an achievement guide for Awaken the Gazebo and Buried Pack-a-Punch a weapon during round 1 with no one using the bank or weapon locker. Now, I mean, you can do this on solo. It's pretty easy, especially when you consider the last video we posted about the barriers and how many points you can get for getting Huckleberry to break down the barriers from greater distances. Yeah, so round 1, it's about point maximization. And what I'm doing here is having my teammates basically repair windows so they get their 40 points, and getting 2 of my teammates up to 750 and 1 of them up to 1,000. Now, you don't even need to do all of this, but if you do most of it, you'll have enough points to do what we need to do in order to get out past the ghost house and to pack-a-punch a gun on round 1. So we're going to go through this long route. And again, if you use the, I didn't hear because we had done the points thing with Huckleberry after, we recorded it after we did this video, but you can get even more points and you don't necessarily have to do all this running around. So we're going to place all these chalk, all the chalk outlines, and we did the Remington right at the start as soon as we fell down, so we got 1,000 points. You get 1,000 points per chalk outline that you replace, and you get an additional 1,000 for completing the last one. So you want to do them all. It's well worth the points that you get for it. So the other guys, Hyper hasn't actually accumulated all of his points. And I had the other guys, one, open the general store because we need the parts for the trample steam. But we don't necessarily need that if you're using the barrier points method. If you're getting more points back for buying alcohol. Let's say you had to buy alcohol a couple times, but you're getting more than 1,000 back by using it, then you don't necessarily need the trample steam to jump over the barrier that we're jumping over. Although it does get used here in order for us not to have to open up the courthouse. So we're going to finish up the chalk outlines here. Again, there are 5 more locations here. We've got one that was in front of the jailhouse, one here that's up at the top level of these stairs. We got the third chalk outline we're going to bring over to the top level of the saloon. So the other barrier that you actually have to open in order to get more alcohol is the couch that is in the way of the stairs in the saloon. So that's the 2 750s that were spent in this game. One of my teammates opened the door to the general store. The other opened the stairway in the saloon. So now we're going to let good old Huckleberry out here. He's going to bash that barrier. And then we're going to run. We got to run this method, right? This route, because we don't have any other doors open. You got to run this route the whole time. I had my teammates build the trample steam because we opened up the general store. So now we have a trample steam, and you trample steam across to the courthouse. Here's the top level of where the jail area is, and we're just going to trample steam across, and that's going to give us our 1,000 points, yay, for the chalk outline, and allow us to get that additional 1,000 points for the final one. We even messed up here because I think Hyper ended up going down, and we didn't even need Huckleberry to take down another barrier. So here's the alcohol. We're getting the alcohol, and we don't need to break down the barrier to the ghost house, and I'll show you why. We only need to break down the barrier to the church. So we didn't even need Hyper to spend that 1,000 to buy another bottle of booze. So here's Huckleberry. Again, not as far as we could have taken him because we would have got more points, but we're going to get him to open up the church, and then afterwards, line him up, Huck. Go bash that barrier in. So the idea here is to get, number one, we got to get at least 5,000 points, but we want, an additional at least 1,000 in order to buy a decent weapon, and we're going to go with the B-23R. So here's where you can jump over the barrier. But again, if you use the points method with Huckleberry and bring him back to the far end of the saloon to clear that barrier, you're going to make more on the 1,000 that you would have had to spend on the booze. So you don't necessarily need the trample steam to travel back across there. All right, so we're going to go up to the church, and here we're at 7360. We're going to jump up to 9360. Yeah, more than enough points to get through the ghost house. So we're gonna buy our B-23R. Probably, it was suggested that that's probably the best weapon for running through the ghost house. So you just shoot the ghosts. I mean, you can, if you need to. And here's where a cool little spot where you can jump across the barrier. You can avoid the barrier into the ghost house. You can't avoid spending the $12.50 on the door here, but you can avoid having to clear the barrier with Huckleberry. So we're going into the house, and like I said, you can run into the room on the right and sort of round them up. There are 3 ghosts that will end up coming after you. You can round them up and try to avoid them and then run past them. Just make sure you keep them at a close enough that they're not going to respawn in front of you. But definitely easier with the B-23R. I mean, just shoot the crap out of them as they come towards you. And whoa, shoot, kind of surprised me there. And all we need to do is get through the house. We get a couple more. And once you've gone through the house, you know where the spawns are going to be. I think there's one more that ends up spawning around the corner here, and then we're good to go because they end up spawning in back behind you, and we're free now. Because this is the first time we ran through, we're going to get a free perk, and the lights are on, so we know that the ghost is going to chase us out of the house. So you want to make sure you take care of this last ghost before you turn around and try to find your way out of the maze, because you never know, you might turn around and she'll zap you and steal your points, right? Okay, now we've made our way to the gazebo. Yes, we have more than enough, and we could have had even way more than what we have right now. But hey, it's more than enough to get our achievement, Awaken the Gazebo.
These things cannot simply
come on, baby. Yes! La 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 la. Hallelujah. 30 G's, baby. Awaken the Gazebo. Hope it helps you. I mean, it's all about point whoring, right? Point whoring that first round. Hey, I'm a point whore. What are you going to do? That's it. I'm Spider and I'm out. Hey guys, got some other stuff you might be interested in. Over on the left-hand side, we got NGT Let's Play. We're doing playthroughs right now, currently, of Deadpool and Borderlands 2, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. Both are actually absolutely fantastic games, and Borderlands 2 being DLC, but hilarious. So go check that out. Subscribe if you like the content. Over on the right-hand side, we're doing Clash of Clans, continuing our series there. Again, just a completely addictive and fantastic multiplayer game. We got a clan going on. We got some attack strategies. We got base defense and building strategies. So make sure you go check out those videos and subscribe. Otherwise, hey, enjoyed the buried coverage. I hope you like it. Twitch.tv/NextGenTactics. We're going to be here all day, July 2nd. Later.